जी हाँ, गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल एंड third day of this championship, Teacher Cricket Championship Season 6, third day, first match between the two openers.
So yes, a very good morning to everyone watching us live on YouTube as well as everyone present here at the ground. And what a match this would be. Two top teams taking on each other. That's a good stroke. Pulls it away towards a deep mid wicket. There is a protection there. There's a boundary ride up, comes across, keeps it down to just one. So the Indian Sunrisers winning the toss early in the morning and deciding to bowl first. And I think that's an interesting ploy, but also something that captains will look at because you never know early morning conditions. You never know what the pitch is doing. At the moment, that's a good shot. That's aerial, but that could be a wicket. Just tying on the fielder there. It was always going to be a difficult chance.
और यहाँ बढ़िया शुरुआत टॉस जीतकर लेफ्ट एंड राइट हैंड कॉम्बिनेशन डिविनियंस और आमंत्रण मिला है पहले बल्लेबाजी का। तो किस तरह यहाँ से शुरुआत होती है, क्योंकि अब यहाँ से जितने भी मैच होने हैं ना वो फाइनल्स और सेमीफाइनल्स की टक्कर के लिए रहेंगे। और किस तरह यहाँ पर सोच रहती है, क्योंकि इस सर्द मौसम में थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होता है शुरुआत जब आप करते हैं, खासकर पहले मुकाबले में फ्रेश आते हैं, बॉडी को गर्म होने में थोड़ा समय लगता है। क्या रणनीतियां यहाँ पर रहती है, क्योंकि आप टॉस जीते हैं, पहले गेंदबाजी का निर्णय लिया है। द इंडियन सनराइजर्स कल थोड़ा सा करीब आकर मुकाबला जो है हाथ से फिसला था, लेकिन आज यहाँ से चाहेंगे नहीं किसी भी तरह की कोई भी गलती हो, क्योंकि एक एक रन, एक एक पॉइंट इस सीजन 6 के फाइनल और सेमीफाइनल की जो लड़ाई है उसको और ज्यादा परेशानी बनाएगा। इस बार डाउन द लेग साइड सिंगल जरूर यहां मिलेगा, और सिंगल डबल्स के साथ फिलहाल इस समय रन्स आते हुए और शुरुआती ओवर्स हैं, थोड़ा सा समय लगेगा जरूर, लेकिन आउटफील्ड एक बार फिर थोड़ा सा परेशानी का सबब आप कह सकते हैं, क्योंकि ओवरनाइट कंडीशन, ड्यू फैक्टर, थोड़ी सी फिसलन जरूर होगी, खासकर आउटफील्ड में जब आप गेंद को फील्ड करने के लिए आउटफील्ड में दौड़ेंगे, तो थोड़ा सा सतर्क रहना होगा, थोड़ा अपने पैर जो है वो जमाने होंगे। फिलहाल 6 रन बिना किसी नुकसान के, और आज के दिन का ये पहला मुकाबला है, और थोड़ी सी सटीक शुरुआत करती हुई यहां से पटका हुआ ये गेंद, अच्छा शॉट। डीप स्क्वायर लेग के क्षेत्र से ये एक रन आता हुआ, पहली बाउंड्री का इंतजार थोड़ा सा बढ़ता हुआ जरूर, लेकिन शुरू हुआ है अभी मुकाबला, तो थोड़ा समय जरूर लगेगा। लेकिन आप क्या रणनीति के तहत बल्लेबाजी यहां से बरकरार रखते हैं? एक बार फिर से अच्छा शॉट, गुड लुकिंग, बाउंस के साथ मैनेज किया उस गेंद को और नॉन स्ट्राइकिंग एंड पर यह थ्रो और पहला विकेट, पहला रन आउट आज के दिन का।
So I reckon so that's the first wicket of the day, and the Indian Sunrisers would be really happy with that effort. And daring Divinians up, they've lost their first 8 for 1 at the moment, and today is the day we find out who the rest of our semi-finalists would be. VSPK already making the cut. They are the first team who have qualified for the semi-finals. 3 vacant spots, and it would be a good contest, this one, and 2 more coming up. And that will establish and that will tell us which are the rest of the 3 teams that are headed towards the semi-finals. All of them playing for that big trophy over there. And they won't give an inch. They will fight it out. The new batsman is out there. He's facing his first. That's a good start. Straight away, off the mark with a single, plays it away towards the extra cover region. Off the mark in grand fashion. So daring Divinians, they'll be looking to put on a decent target on the board. The Indian Sunrisers are a batting heavy unit. They know that anything less than 100 won't do. That's just pushed away towards the offside. Slight hesitation when it came to running between the wickets. He wanted a single, the man on strike, but the non-striker sends him back quickly. So that's a decent over that comes to an end. A wicket coming in that over. Second gone, daring Divinians. They are 9 for 1. Is school? So Divinians losing their first wicket. Nidhi into the attack. This is the mandatory female over. Advances down the track, works it away towards the long on region, gets a single at the moment, and that's a lapse. It can't be done. Slight fumble, and they were quick to spot that. Comes back for the single, does Tarun. And Tarun quickly moves to 8. He's done the bulk of the scoring in this inning so far. And you can immediately see the skip up dictating terms to his fielders. He's the most experienced campaigner in this particular team. So he will share his knowledge. He will share his experience. That's what this game is all about. The skipper always out there to give tips to his players. And we're ready to resume. Nidhi will continue. That's a good shot. That's a long hop. That's straight down the ground. The fielders getting across. And as you can see, the outfield on the heavier side. And the ball will not move along as swiftly as we see in the afternoon sessions. That was a very good shot, nevertheless. A couple of more runs. Once again, rocking back onto the back foot. Just a punch this time around. Works it away towards the cover region. Gets another single. One more run. And that brings the new man Vishal on strike. He's yet to get off the mark, is Vishal. This is the third over. And Divinians, they'll be looking to get a move on. Works it in the pocket. Turns it away towards the offside. Gets another single. He's off the mark with that single. So, as I said, it's imperative that Divinians look to put a big total on the board. Anything in excess of 100, they'd be happy with that. Considering the fact that the Indian Sunrisers, we've got a very strong batting unit. That's an excellent stop. That is a brilliant stop. And it's the skipper himself. Comes across sprinting, using his feet to good effect. And never easy, these early morning conditions. Your body is not warmed up. Straight away giving the chase. Reaches out for it. And plays it across. Plays it towards the long on region. Will get a single and will keep strike with that single. They're going steadily at the moment. And Daring Divinians at the moment after the end of the third. They're 17 for 1. कब में हाँ ठीक है अरे आपका वो ऑन नहीं है अच्छा सोए कि नहीं बाप रे शेरू So start of the fourth over, the batsman once again turns it away towards the onside. And, also one thing about these early morning conditions is you never know what a good total on the board would be. Because the pitch plays are slightly different. So does the outfield as well. We talked about the overnight conditions, the overnight dew, binding the pitch well. So one thing is for sure, it will come nicely onto the bat. But the problem is that the outfield is the main issue here. That's another good-looking shot. The only problem is they are not able to pick up the gaps here. Boundaries are the need of the hour. But having said that, these two, what they need to do is bat deep, take this partnership pretty deep, say till at least the 10th over or so, and then look to launch into the attack in the latter half of this particular innings. That is an interesting shot. Gets down on his knees, looks to lap it away towards that square leg region because he spots a big gap there between fine leg and that man almost standing between square leg and deep mid wicket. It's an evenly spread field at the moment. Just a push. Works it in the gap. Plays it with soft hands. Gets a single. Another run added to the total. So what the Indian Sunrisers have really done is they've stifled the batting so far. They bowled well, they bowled straight, kept it pretty simple. Haven't given away any looseners to the batting unit. That's deft touch. Looking to guide it away towards the third man region. The fielder does well. And she keeps it to just a single on that occasion. So Tarun, he bowled well yesterday, but was given just one over in the previous game. Gave away just 2 runs in that particular over. Once again, using the pace of the bowler. Slight fumble. They'll come back for the second. There's brilliant running between the wickets. And these two have been so nimble on their feet, so swift between the wickets. And the calling has been perfect as well. And I reckon that's the end of the over, the end of the fourth. Daring Divinians, they're 23 for 1 after the end of that. ना कुछ नहीं खत्म. So the impact player is inside. Chandar walks out. He replaces Tarun. Is the impact player. So start of a fresh over meanwhile. And Wasim is into the attack. He's got his own style to do things. As Wasim, he's a star performer for the Indian Sunrisers. So first over that Wasim bowls. Gets on top of the bounce, thrashes it away towards the extra cover region. They should come back for the second. They do. Could be tight, but they make it comfortably in the end. Another brace for the batting team. Just a push straight back to the bowler. That's a much better comeback. This is excellent bowling. This is really good bowling. Wasim, once again, what he's trying to do is he's bowling it straight. He's keeping it full as well. This time gets on the back foot, turns it away, using his wrist to work it towards the fine leg region, gets another single. So the Indian Sunrisers would be really happy with the effort of their bowlers because they haven't given away too many looseners. So daring Divinians, they've had to manufacture their shots. Almost thought about the second there. I think in the end, it's the right decision to go against it. So they're doing it in singles and doubles. And what's good from the Divinians part is that they're making sure that there aren't too many dot deliveries. Final delivery. Not off the meat of the bat. He went for it, thrashes at it. And good fielding. I reckon that was Nidhi there. And she keeps it down to just one in the end. So that is the end of the fifth. Another decent over from the Indian Sunrisers. Just 5 runs coming off it. 28 for 1 after the end of the fifth.
want वो भी तब फुल अनाउंस करो स्कोर बोल दो 28 लगा यार फोन आ रहा है चक्कर बस आ रहा है हां बॉल तो अच्छा था पर वो एक बॉल कितना खराब है
So Nidhi into her second over. Daring Divinians at the moment, they're 28 for 1. And they've got to pick their pace up here. But these two have batted sensibly. It's another good stroke. Gets on top of the bounce, works it away towards the deep mid-wicket region, gets another single. That's an interesting ploy by Nidhi. She's just pushed back her length and trying to bounce out the batsman. And it's always interesting when a spinner does that, especially an off spinner. So Vishal now back on strike. He's batting on 7. She switches to around the wicket. Once again, a good looking stroke only for a single. In fact, they come back for the second. That is brilliant running between the wickets. Good awareness shown by both these batters. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. So Vishal moves to 9. Daring Divinians, their score moves to 31. Nidhi has given away 11 runs. This is her second over and also the mandatory female over that she's bowling. Remember, this competition, the sixth one has to be a mandatory female over, so has to be the third one. Meanwhile, once again, he works it away towards the mid-wicket region, gets another single. And Divinians, they know that the boundaries are difficult to come by, especially in the first game. Solid. That's a solid technique he showcases there. Just a punch towards the extra cover region. He's so technically sound. Is Tarun. He's moved to 20, run a ball 20, and at some stage he will let go of himself. That is for sure. Swipes it towards the onside once again. Another single that was more of a short arm jab. What these two are trying to do is put the pressure on the fielders at the moment, and they've been successful in doing so. They've converted the singles into doubles. But kudos to the Indian Sunrisers and their bowlers. They've kept things tight. They've stuck to their plans, and it has worked for them so far. They've stifled the batsman, advances down the track, uses his feet. Once again, long on should get rounded, keeps it to 2. Good running. Showcases. They work well in tandem. Meanwhile, that is the end of the 6th, and Daring Divinians, they are 36 for 1 at the halfway mark. And they've still got some work to do. So Dilip, both these teams, they won't be too upset with what has transpired so far in this game so far. They believe that they got off to very good starts, both of them.
जी हाँ राहुल, बिल्कुल, क्योंकि जिस तरह से ये तीसरा दिन है आज इस चैंपियनशिप का, और दोनों ही टीमें चाहेंगी यहाँ से फाइनल्स के लिए या सेमीफाइनल्स के लिए फिलहाल अपनी जगह पक्की करना, और उसके लिए एक गेम प्लान आपको दोनों ही टीमों के खेल में दिखेगा, जहां बैटिंग कर रही टीम ने केवल एक विकेट गंवाया, लेकिन ये जो साझेदारी है, पहली बाउंड्री का भी इंतजार। मेरा थोड़ा सा कम करना। वहीं गेंदबाजी कर रही टीम ने भी अच्छे से अभी तक जो लाइन लेंथ है उसको बरकरार रखा, और इस बीच बढ़िया शॉट। पहली बाउंड्री का इंतजार जरूर है, लेकिन जिस तरह से ये 28 रनों की ये जो साझेदारी हुई है, सैंतीस रन, और ओवर यहां से स्पेल का ये दूसरा ओवर, और अच्छी लेंथ पर खींची हुई वो लाइन के साथ। और आप देखते हैं कि किस तरह से अब बल्लेबाजी होती है, क्योंकि आपने आधा सफर तय किया है। अगर आपका गेम प्लान है तो प्लान ए जो है वो अभी तक सही है, लेकिन प्लान बी क्या है, आप अटैक कब करेंगे?
Yes, sir. You've got to pick your right moments, and I think he thought that was the right moment, but not to be. The opposition had other plans. That is a wicket, and this partnership has been broken through. He was comfortable always underneath that one and pouches that pretty easily in the end, and they've lost their second wicket. That's a big blow for Daring Divinians. A well settled batsman. He has been dismissed. Well, Dilip, there you have it. I think the batsman took your words far too seriously. He was going for the hit, and it's once again that man was seen, the MVP for the Indian Sunrisers, who picks up a wicket, and at a very crucial juncture at this game as well. So the new batter is Neha, who walks out. Neha will be facing her first delivery. Wasim, the bowler, will continue. He'll be buoyed by the success. A good partnership has been broken. That was aerial, but I think in the end, a very smart shot by Neha to get off the mark. She's off the mark straight away with a single. In fact, that's run out, I reckon. Yeah, she's short of a ground. That is another wicket. So it's 2-2 for the Indian Sunrisers. And daring Divinians, they've lost their third. From here, it seemed like she would make it to the non-strike. So daring Divinians outwalks their skipper. And you could immediately see the warmth between the captains. They hugged it out. It's pretty cold out here. That could be a wicket. Oh, just shot. Both of them, they were going for the catch. I think the call wasn't accurate. There was some miscommunication between both those players. The bowler wanted it, so did the keeper. In the end, it's fallen safe, fallen right in between both of these players. And the batsman gets away with that one, does Tarun. So final delivery of the over coming up. Just 2 runs off it so far. Nicely gets behind the line of the ball. Just a tap. Everybody's falling out there. That shows you the commitment of all these fielders. And that is the essence of TCC. A single to end the over. And after the end of the 7th, daring Divinians are 39 for 3.
सात ओवर 39, 3 विकेट। और अब यहाँ से जो जिम्मेदारी है वो बढ़ती हुई, क्योंकि ओवर ज़्यादा बचे हैं नहीं और आपकी जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि कम से कम जो स्कोर उसको 60 से 70 रन के करीब लेकर जाएं। लेकिन कितना इनफ टोटल होना चाहिए राहुल भाई, क्योंकि जिस तरह से द इंडियन सनराइजर्स कल खेले हैं और आज जो प्लानिंग रही है उसके हिसाब से अभी तक गेंदबाजी बेहतर हुई है और रोक के रखा है पूरी तरह से। यहाँ से चांसेस लेने होंगे और अगर इस तरह के गैप्स आपको मिलते हैं तो रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट बेहतर करनी होगी। दूसरे रन की मांग और थोड़ा सा तेज भागना हो गया। डायरेक्ट हिट लगा है यहाँ और रिव्यू मांग लिया गया और देखना रहेगा कि क्या ये परेशानी बनती है। अंपायर सुबह से खाली बैठे थे, आखिरकार एक मौका मिल गया काम करने का।
भाई रुक जा, नहीं है आप कैसे दे रहे हो मैडम?
So that was an excellent effort. That was an excellent effort, but the batsman, he has made it back. He's safe. So Tarun gets another brace. The score moves to 41 for Daring Divinians. But we've seen all these teams in this championship working hard on all their aspects, be it batting, be it the fielding, be it bowling as well. But the standards have gone really high. You can see how many runouts we've had this season and how many direct hits as well. So the skipper with the ball in his hands, he will continue. Tarun, the man on strike. Oh, he slipped. He slipped. You know, these early morning conditions can be tricky for everybody out there. It's the dew out there on the field. What's important for the Indian Sunrisers is that it is a dot delivery. Looks to work it away towards the onside, does Tarun. And he was hell bent on taking that single. He slipped in anticipation. That's smart. That is smart work. Just opening the face of the bat at the last moment. That was very late. That was a late tap by the batsman. Gets a single nevertheless. He won't mind that. Now it's skipper to skipper. You know, if you see both these skippers out in the field, you see their camaraderie. It's second to none. But out there on the field, there are two individuals fighting it out for victories for their respective teams. They won't give you an inch. They won't back down. They will go for the killer blow. So there will be no respite. They will look to go one up on each other here. So here we go. This should be a contest. Starts off with a wide down the leg side. Wide signal by the umpire. We'll have to re-ball that one. So 43 for 3 at the moment. Daring Divinians. And I think they're looking to take this deep. And yes, you asked me that question of what kind of a total they'd be looking at. I feel that this is the first game, and we've seen that the first games generally are a low scoring affair. So, Daring Divinians, they would be happy with anything in excess of 80. And they'd be mighty upset if they don't get to that 80 figure mark. And considering the fact, yes, the Indian Sunrisers have a strong batting unit, but Daring Divinians, their bowling is strong. It covers all dimensions. They've got good spin bowlers, good medium pacers as well. Meanwhile, another good delivery. So, Tarun, it seems like he's tiring somewhat here. He's batting on 27, has faced 28 deliveries, and he needs to think out of the box here. He needs to do something out of the ordinary. So, final delivery of the over coming up. One more to go. One delivery left in this over. So Daring Divinians at the moment approaching the 50-run mark. And after this, 4 more to go. That's a good stroke. Takes it on the full. But the boundary rider keeps it down to just 1. Tarun will keep strike. That is a decent over. Just 6 runs coming off it. And after 8, Daring Divinians, they are 45 for 3.
ठंड लग रही छोटी उसके पास मशीन है भाई वो देख के भी आएगा
So Riazul into the attack, and Riazul has been used smartly by Adidian Sunrisers in the middle phase of the game, and he's bowled well. He's responded every single time the team has asked him to bowl in the middle overs. He's been effective, he's been economical, and he's provided crucial wickets as well. He's running it. First delivery, Tarun bangs it away towards the onside, straight to long on. Only a single on that occasion. That was a very good stroke, only for a single. So 46 for three daring Divinians, and you can see a small partnership being built here. Riazul steaming in. Full length delivery. That bowling action of Riazul, almost pretty similar to the Pakistani legend Abdul Razak. And so Tarun he's done the bulk of the scoring in this innings, and he's getting bogged down somewhat in this innings because he hasn't got too many boundaries, and that will impact this particular innings. And I think it's just a matter of one big shot. That would be the release shot for Tarun, and then he can unleash himself, can unleash the fury on the bowlers. That's a push towards the extra cover region. Meanwhile, just a single, and this is something the Indian Sunrisers have done really well. They've kept the batsmen in check. They worked out their plans. They're sticking to their plans, making the batsmen work hard for their runs, and that is what matters. Not giving away easy runs, not giving away boundary deliveries, not giving away too many extras, and that is also one aspect of the game where every team has improved. You're seeing far lesser amount of extras given away. Looks to dab it away towards the offside, and a single taken. That is smart thinking. That is smart thinking. The score moves to 49. The call had to be perfect, and in the end, they get another run. So Riazul back on top of his bowling mark. Divinians 1 run shy of their 50-run mark, and as I said, a realistic target for them would be 80, and they would be happy with that. That's a good looking stroke, and that would be 50 up for daring Divinians with that stroke as well. So 50 up, and he will keep strike. That's the end of the ninth. Daring Divinians, they're 50 for 3 with 3 more overs to go in this innings.
Auto.
That's a very good looking shot. Getting rid of his front foot, clearing it, and heaves it away towards the onside. But the problem with Tarun has been he hasn't been able to find the gaps on this particular innings. He's played well, some good looking strokes, but he's found the fielder more often than not. So here we go. Skipper to skipper. Both team captains. That's a very good looking shot. Crisp shot towards the extra cover region. Once again, a dreadful circle of fielders, everybody getting around it, keeping to just a 1 in the end. And the Maverick, he's steaming in. He will be smart, he'll mix it up. This is a nightmare for batsmen. You know you're batting well. You know you've assessed the conditions well. You know how the pitch is playing, what the field is like, what the bowler is doing. But yet, you're found in that web. that the opposition has spun around you and you can't really get out of it. And that is a cricketing smarts of the Indian Sunrisers. Once again, carving it away, just giving it direction, playing it at the last moment, a late dab, only for a single. They're doing it in singles at the moment. Another one added to the total. The run rate has been steady, but has been slow as well. So, final delivery of this 10th over coming up has been a good one so far, just 4 runs coming off it. Can he close it off well? That is a question. Tarun is the man on strike, batting in his 30s. He's well set. Tarun goes big. Hasn't found the gap. Should only be a single, will only be a single. So the penultimate over of this innings, and Wasim will be bowling that. He's got all the experience in the world. Wasim bowling the penultimate over. Tarun the man on strike. That's uppish. That's aerial, but that's safe as well. The fielder, can she cut it off? She does. She does well. They come back for the second, so only 2 runs. Another couple of runs. 57 is what they have on the board. 11 deliveries to go. Wasim once again steaming in. Fuller length delivery. That's the strength of Wasim. He can bowl Yorkers at will. He couldn't get underneath that one. Drills it away towards long on. Only a single on that occasion as well. They need a boundary. From somewhere they need a boundary. At least one in this particular over. Good stuff. Good stuff. Just a push towards the offside. Another single. He knows that Tarun is going along nicely. He's well set, batting on 37. He's got every opportunity of getting to his half century here. So 59 is what they have on the board. That's a good stroke. Again, freeing his arms, works it away towards the extra cover region. Riazul gets around it, keeps it down to just 1. So the score moves to 60 now. And still a very decent over. Runs have come in this one, but it's only been singles. 1-2 of the very first delivery.
ठीक है.
So 60 for 3 daring Divinians at the moment. 8 more deliveries to go. And they've got 7 wickets in hand.
हाँ, इतना बड़ी ना यार. सिग्नल ना आ रहा बैंड से.
अबे भाई सिग्नल नहीं आ रहा. अरे तुम्हारा सिग्नल कम आ रहा है ना, उनसे बात कर लो ना. तगड़े सिग्नल.
अरे भाई यहाँ पे जावर लग रहा है यार. कॉलेज नहीं है, उसकी वजह से जावर लग रहा है.
कॉलेज?
ये सामने कॉलेज है.
हाँ.
उसकी वजह से जावर
ये
लग
वही है ना गुरु गोविंद से. यहाँ गए हो आप इस वाले?
जामर लग रहे हैं यहाँ पे.
क्या?
जामर जामर जैमर जैमर.
काय के जा?
टावर नहीं आ रहे भाई बिल्कुल भी.
अरे यहाँ है ही प्रॉब्लम भाई.
किस चीज़ की प्रॉब्लम है?
यहाँ पे इतना बड़ा टावर दिया तुम्हें सामने. ये खुराना की एकेडमी ना.
हाँ. खुराना?
हाँ खुराना की एकेडमी. अरे वो जो दूसरे वाले इनका दोस्त है. Just 7 runs coming off it. One more over to go. Daring Divinians at the moment they're 62 for 3. The question is how many more runs can they get on the board? And the Indian Sunrisers would be hoping what kind of a target they'd be chasing in their quota of 12 overs. It might look like a modest total at the moment, but we've seen time and again, first game of the day, it's tricky. The conditions are tricky, and you never know what the pitch is doing. And we've spoken about the fact it's well documented as well. The overnight dew binds the pitch nicely, and it holds true. The final over, Riyazul will be bowling the 12th. Jersey number 7, Riyazul ready to steam in. The skipper making sure that every single fielder he's got the right positions. Everybody is in check. Just patrolling the traffic here. Riyazul steaming in. First delivery. Shuffles. Looks to heave it away towards the onside, but once again, not the timing he desired there. He comes back for the second, a brace. So a couple of runs. So the umpire suggests that 1 run short are the batsmen, so only 1 run will count, but Tarun will be on strike. Tarun batting on 40 now. This has been a great effort by the Indian Sunrisers. And that could be a wicket. That could be a run out. Is it a run out? It is a run out. He's short. The umpire has raised his finger. So that's another wicket. This partnership has been broken. And another wicket courtesy a run out. And they've lost their 4th now, Divinians. Yes, as you can see, he was well short of his ground. So the skipper having a word of advice to the new batter. Jersey number 45, she walks out to the middle. And she's got her task cut out. Daring Divinians, they've lost 4 wickets. If you look at the context of the game, they still have 6 wickets in hand. But, I've always maintained that the shortest format of the game is all about how many dot balls you can squeeze in. It's not about wicket-taking abilities. It's about how many dot balls you play out, how many dot balls you can deliver when you're bowling. Sometimes, when you don't get too many boundaries, every now and then it can come back to haunt you. Another fuller length delivery works it away towards the onside. They should come back for the second. Could be another run out. I think it is another run out. Another one bites the dust. And Daring Divinians, they've lost half their side. That is an unfortunate way to get out. But Mokshita is out without facing a single delivery. So she walks back. And Daring Divinians, they're 65 for 5. They've lost half their side. That is an interesting shot. Plays the scoop. Not quite where he intended to hit it, but he will get at least a couple of runs. They come back for the 3rd. This is brilliant running between the wickets. Will they attempt a 4th here? That could be a record, but is it a directed? The umpire has raised his finger. So that is a wicket. So finally Tarun has been dismissed. Well, he had no other option. He had to go for it. But what a fine knock this has turned to be. I reckon he's run 3. We'll have to wait for the signal from the umpire, but a fine knock comes to an end. He was struggling in the fag end of this particular innings. He started off well. So Tarun is run out, and you've seen bowlers getting hat tricks. You've seen team hat tricks. How often have you seen a hat trick of runouts? Three deliveries, three runouts. That's what we witnessed. And it's all sixes on the board for daring Divinians. They're 66 for 6 as a new batter walks out to the middle. So another couple of deliveries to go in this particular innings. Riazul will continue. What kind of a delivery was that? That was a wild delivery. Way over the batter's head. No ball signaled by the umpire, will be a free hit. No better time to get a free hit. Final over of the innings. Well, doesn't need a second invitation. Anyways, you would have swung hard at it. Now we got another reason to swing it hard. Look to send it into orbit. Here we go. Riazul running in. That's a good stroke. He's made some good connection. That's in the gap. The fielder, will he cut it across? He does. That is sensational fielding. Could be another run out. Just gets away with that, does Namita. So 2 runs. Valuable runs these as far as daring Divinians are concerned. So final delivery of the innings. Bangs it in short, looks to heave it away towards the offside, and another run out. Another one. So 4 run outs in that particular over, and that's curtains on this particular innings of daring Divinians. So 70 is what they've got, and 71 will be the target for the Indian Sunrisers when they walk out to bat, and this could be tricky. These low scoring affairs, these modest totals, they are interesting. Could be an intriguing run chase this, and we'll wait for the players to walk out for the second innings of this match. shot straight away, works it away towards the offside. One of the biggest of targets that the Indian Sunrisers are looking at. But I think working on a ploy here. And this is a good tactical change as well in my book. 72 quiet runs, and Rajesh comes around the wicket, has a slash at it. He thought that it was a wide delivery, but the umpire doesn't think in the same page as our move and the drop delivery. So good start this by Rajesh. Rajesh running in around the wicket. Just a tap towards the offside. They are up and running the Indian Sunrisers with that single. What that single does is that gets Simran on strike. So Simran, she's batted well throughout. It is just off his radar. Rajesh once again running in. Once again, she was looking for an onside. They're looking to play behind the wickets. And that's a shot that she plays really well. And yesterday, if you remember, she also played a couple of switch hits, which was really fascinating to watch. Because not a lot of batters kept that switches bright. That's an unconventional shot, out of the box shot. That should be another wide. It is another wide. He's just losing his radar there. Is Rajesh on the leg side? So not the best of starts for Rajesh with the ball. It's down to 69. So Philippe, what do you make of this run chase?
हवा में गेंद और पहला विकेट. तो सनराइजर्स को पहला झटका लगा है और द स्ट्रॉन्ग बैटिंग लाइनअप तो वसीम सर फिलहाल स्ट्राइक पर और जो विकेट गिरा उसकी भरपाई किस तरह से होती है और यहां अब आपको देखना रहेगा कि क्या गेम प्लान रहने वाला है क्योंकि ये दो खिलाड़ी इंडियन सनराइजर्स के लिए कुछ रन्स यहां से जोड़ेंगे और बॉलिंग कर रही टीम राहुल भाई इस समय जरूरी रहेगा कि आप अगर पूरे 12 ओवर खेलने देंगे ना तो 72 रन्स जो टारगेट है वो ज्यादा बड़ा है नहीं जिस तरह की बल्लेबाजी अब यहां से सनराइजर्स के लिए शुरू होती है.
Yes, absolutely. Wickets hold the key for tearing Divinians. They've got one. They need 9 more because it's true that if the Indian Sunrisers, if they play out their quota of 12 overs, they'll win this one comfortably. So wickets, the only possible option. And meanwhile, he ends the over with a dot. Wasim yet to get off the mark. That's the end of the first. Apart from that, a couple of wides that he bowled up. It was a very decent over. Good start. This is exactly what Daring Divinians were hoping for, and this is exactly what they've been served on a platter by Rajesh. So 3 for 1 at the moment, the Indian Sunrisers, and 11 more overs to go.
क्योंकि विकेट मिलेंगे तो दबाव आएगा और
The Indian Sunrisers up still. They're going along nicely as far as this run chase is concerned. Not the biggest of required run rates. So the penultimate delivery of the over coming up. This has been a good one for the Indian Sunrisers. And meanwhile, Daring Divinians, they'd be looking for more wickets. That's slapped away once again. This time there is enough protection, a boundary ride on the onside, and they come back for the second. The throw wasn't the best of throws. And once again, seizing that opportunity, swiftly coming in for the second. He's very quick. He's lightning quick between the wickets as Wasim. And he's ably supported by Nidhi. These are the non-strikers, and she too is quick. And they won't let go of such opportunities. So final delivery of the 8th over. That required run rate has gone down below 6 now. It's 5.89, very manageable. The only thing is, you've got to have wickets in hand. That's pulled away towards a square leg region. And another misfield. And they've come back for 3. That is excellent running between the wickets. That is fabulous stuff. After the end of the third, and they've lost 2 wickets.
यार क्या बवाल है भाड़ में, नेट नहीं चल रहा बिल्कुल भी। एक भी नहीं आ रहा।
तो 3 ओवर 21, 2 विकेट के नुकसान पर, और जिम्मेदारी इस समय वसीम सर के ऊपर, क्योंकि एक बाउंड्री, और वो लगा नहीं था कि वो बाउंड्री लाइन तक पहुंचेगा, क्योंकि गैप उतना ज़्यादा था नहीं। लेकिन बात वही आ जाती है कि आप कितने अच्छे बैटर हो और किस गेंदबाज को आप टारगेट करते हो। और सबसे अहम हो जाएगा यहाँ से अब गेंदबाजी कर रही टीम के लिए कि वो कितना ज़्यादा जो गति है वो छीनते हैं बल्लेबाज से, खासकर वसीम से, क्योंकि गति पसंद है। जितना तेज बल्ले पे आएगा उतना आसान होता जाएगा बल्ले से रन आना। थोड़ा सा परिवर्तन करना होगा, क्योंकि गेंद और रनों के बीच का फासला जो है अब ज़्यादा है नहीं, और कुल मिलाकर विकेट आपको इस मुकाबले में वापस ला सकती है। लेकिन कितना मुश्किल बनाया जाएगा ये देखने वाली बात रहेगी। लेकिन रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट, और ये एक रणनीति नजर आती हुई, क्योंकि डॉट बॉल्स बहुत कम आए हैं, जिसके चलते द इंडियन सनराइजर्स इस मुकाबले में एक बार फिर से दबाव बनाने की पूरी कोशिश करें। बल्ले के नीचे वो गेंद, और ये समझ है, ये एक्सपीरियंस है, ये खेल की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है उसको समझते हुए, क्योंकि इस समय रिस्क उठाना चाहेंगे नहीं। इक्वेशन अगर आप देखेंगे तो धीरे धीरे कम होती हुई, और डॉट बॉल्स जितना कम खेला जाएगा उतना ज़्यादा आसान होने वाला है। 12 ओवर का ये मुकाबला है, 24 रन बोर्ड पर है, 48 रन 51 गेंदे। एक बार फिर से फुल टॉस वो गेंद और सिंगल्स आते हुए और धीरे धीरे यहाँ पर सिंगल्स डबल्स के साथ फिलहाल स्कोर बोर्ड को बिजी रखते हुए इस समय इंडियन सनराइजर्स के लिए और बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी होता हुआ कि आप करीब लेकर चलें इस मुकाबले को। उम्मीदें बरकरार रखने होंगे, कदमों का थोड़ा सा इस्तेमाल करते हुए फुल टॉस वो गेंद है, गैप में निकाला है उस गेंद को, मिसफील्ड जरूर लेकिन 2 रन यहां पर और जुड़ते हुए और ये इंपैक्ट डालती है।
भाई वहीं पे 15 रन
चार ओवर 28 2 विकेट और फिलहाल जो इक्वेशन है वो है 48 बॉल पर 44 रन 8 विकेट पूरी तरह से सुरक्षित। वही यहाँ से ये साझेदारी थोड़ी सी राहत लाती है 18 रनों की। 17 रन 12 बॉल 1 बाउंड्री अभी तक इस मुकाबले में लगी है और देखना रहेगा किस तरह से रोटेट करते हैं। गैप है, मैदान बड़ा है, सिंगल्स डबल्स आपको मिलते रहेंगे लेकिन दूसरी तरफ किस तरह से ललचाया जाता है ये देखना रहेगा। एक अच्छी गेंद विकेट टू विकेट अगर आप रखते हैं तो थोड़ा सा बल्लेबाज के लिए वो रूम बनाकर खेलना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होता है। पिछले ओवर में 7 रन आए थे और वो भी अगर आप देखेंगे तो सिंगल्स डबल से आए हैं और ये एक अच्छा साइन यहाँ पर सनराइजर्स के लिए। पटका हुआ है गेंद, थोड़ा सा शफल किया क्रीज पर, गैप में है, पहला रन तेजी से दूसरे की मांग यहाँ पर पूरी होती हुई और ये क्लोज कॉल थर्ड एम्पायर के पास निर्णय दिया गया है। पहला रन तेजी से दूसरे रन की मांग की थी और देखना है कि क्या यहां पहुंच पाए हैं। जेबीएमआर के एक्सपर्ट मिस्टर दीपक, थोड़ा सा प्रेशर दीपक के ऊपर भी, फ्रेम बाय फ्रेम यहां चेक करना होता है, सेकंड्स में नहीं, फ्रेम बाय फ्रेम।
आउट की तरफ बढ़ते हुए और गए
और यहां रन आउट। विकेट
बैठा हूँ इसलिए बजा रहा है।
29 रन 3 विकेट और वसीम सर का साथ निभाते हुए यहां अब संजीव सर अनुभव और बढ़ता हुआ फिलहाल इस समय, क्योंकि अब मजा आएगा अब इस मुकाबले को देखने का, क्योंकि आप ओवर्स घट रहे हैं। 2 बड़े और बेहतर बल्लेबाज द इंडियन सनराइजर्स के लिए इस समय क्रीज पर। इक्वेशन के हिसाब से अगर बल्लेबाजी होती है, सिचुएशन के हिसाब से अगर बल्लेबाजी होती है तो इक्वेशन आसानी के साथ मैनेज हो सकती है। पटका हुआ ये गेंद उठाकर मारा एक बार फिर से नीचे खिलाड़ी और ये बढ़िया रनिंग कैच। ये गलती हुई है और क्या यहां पर इस गलती का जो रिजल्ट है इस मुकाबले के रिजल्ट पर कितना ज्यादा इंपैक्ट डालेगा, क्योंकि इस शॉट की आपको जरूरत थी नहीं। और क्रिकेट की यही खासियत है राहुल भाई कि आप जहां थोड़ा सा डिफेंसिव हुए या आपको लगा कि आपके कंट्रोल में है तो कुछ इस तरह के मूवमेंट्स जो है परेशानी बढ़ाते हैं।
Yes, sir. Yes, it's a funny game, and sometimes, as I said, these low scoring affairs are so gripping and so entertaining. It's much better than watching a high scoring game. And now it's evenly poised. The Indian Sunrisers have lost their fourth, and it's the talismanic batsman Wasim who has to return. He got a start, but he's been removed by daring Divinians. They are 29 for 3, rather 30 for 4 now. And also, I invite both the teams are playing the next game. The captains were ready for the toss, so if you could have the captains for the toss.
Hello. Attention please, Kerala Indian strikers and Royal Bharatians near the crease for the toss.
स्ट्राइक होगा ना राहुल भाई मैच और विकेट गिरने का वो जो जज्बा है ना वो आपको अब इस समय ग्राउंड पर दिखेगा क्योंकि आपने एक सेट ऐसे बल्लेबाज को आउट किया है जो कि कैप्टन थे और उस विकेट के बाद परेशानियां फिलहाल थोड़ी सी यहाँ रहेंगी लेकिन सवाल यही है कि आप किस तरह से डोमिनेट करते हैं इस पारी को किस तरह से संभालते हैं दबाव होगा और उनको साथ मिलना एक अच्छी कंडीशन में एक अच्छी पोजीशन पे थी टीम लेकिन गिरते हुए विकेट थोड़ी सी परेशानी बढ़ाते हुए इस बीच एक बढ़िया ओवर केवल 2 रन आए हैं और विकेट ओवर से 5 ओवर के बाद 4 विकेट स्थान पर इंडियन सनराइजर्स
We are here for the all important toss.
second match of the day BGS Strikers बनाम Royal Bharatians and
We are going to field first.
रॉयल भारतीयंस ने टॉस जीता है और आपका जो डिसीजन है वो बैटिंग का है सर, एनी रीजन? फील्डिंग का है, सॉरी फील्डिंग का है, तो एनी रीजन सर?
This is part of our strategy, which I am not going to disclose. We'll put in our best efforts.
बट द पॉइंट टेबल्स मैटर करेगा सर, क्योंकि यहाँ से
Undoubtedly, we'll play to win the match, and whether this is fielding, bowling, or batting, all the three parts, we'll put in our 110%, and we'll try to win this match.
क्या वो जिद देखने को मिलेगी आज? क्योंकि
Definitely, last match, it was a very narrow margin, and we lost the match. And we will try in this match, at least we win this match, and because winning this match means journey to semi-final, so we will try our level best.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम. यू लॉस्ट द टॉस, सो अनकंडीशनली आपको बैटिंग करनी है. अगर आप टॉस जीतते तो आपका क्या मतलब, बैटिंग होती है बॉलिंग?
बैटिंग.
तो जीत के हारने वाले को, मतलब हार के जीतने वाले को जो भी कहते हैं, है ना? तो सवाल ये है कि अब आपको बैटिंग करनी है. पॉइंट्स टेबल मैटर करता है यहाँ पर, क्योंकि आप जब पॉइंट्स टेबल्स पर नजर डालेंगे तो आपकी टीम कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा परेशानी में है. तो क्या स्ट्रेटजी होनी चाहिए यहाँ पर कि आप बाउंस बैक जरूरी है?
Absolutely. I think for both the teams today, it is very important to win to proceed further in this tournament. And we are just, I've been telling my team to maintain their cool and play well, and let us see how the day unfolds.
मैम अगर इतना प्यार से बोलेंगे तो कोई सीरियस होने वाला है नहीं.
My team works best with love and affection.
Best of luck, both the captain and news from the center. भाई 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 माइक ऑन है, थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखो. लेने 6 ओवर के बाद स्कोर पहुंचा है 43, 4 विकेट के नुकसान पर. और अच्छी बात यही है कि इस समय द इंडियन सनराइजर्स के लिए वसीम सर अच्छी बल्लेबाजी करते हुए 3 बाउंड्रीज जो इस मुकाबले में लगी है, वो तीनों ही बाउंड्रीज अभी तक वसीम सर के बल्ले से आई है. 31 रन 20 बॉल. इक्वेशन अगर आप देखेंगे तो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस नजर आता है, क्योंकि 29 रन बनाने 36 बॉल में, और किसी एक खिलाड़ी का इस समय द इंडियन सनराइजर्स के लिए एक छोर पर टिके रहना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है, जबकि दूसरी तरफ गेंदबाजी कर रही टीम के लिए इस विकेट पर थोड़ा सा वो जो गेम प्लान है उसको तब्दील करना होगा. बाउंड्रीज उतने आसानी से मिले नहीं है, लेकिन कोशिश जारी लगातार सनराइजर्स की ओर से. लेकिन सिंगल्स आपको रोकने होंगे, क्योंकि परेशानी अभी तक कुछ ज्यादा है नहीं. गेंद और रनों के बीच का जो फासला है उससे ज्यादा परेशान देखने को मिलेगी नहीं यहाँ पर सनराइजर्स. लेकिन आप रन्स किस तरह से रोकते हैं? अटैकिंग मोड फिलहाल यहाँ पर ऑन करना होगा अगर इस मुकाबले में सनराइजर्स को आप थोड़ा सा चौंकाना चाहते हैं. विकेट आपको मिले जरूर, लेकिन उन विकेटों से ज्यादा फर्क पड़ा नहीं और रन्स लगातार आते रहे. और ये की फैक्टर इस ग्राउंड पर है कि आप स्ट्राइक रोटेट करते रहें. स्कोर बोर्ड पर क्या स्कोर है वो मैटर नहीं करता, लेकिन स्कोर अगर आप पर लगातार चलता रहेगा तो फिर आप आने वाले बल्लेबाजों के लिए एक प्लेटफॉर्म तैयार करते हैं, और यहां से हर एक रन, हर एक पॉइंट्स की वैल्यू बढ़ती है, क्योंकि ये चैंपियनशिप धीरे धीरे अपने सीजन 6 के एंड की और बढ़ती हुई. लेकिन मुकाबले का रोमांच अब यहां से बढ़ेगा, क्योंकि ये टाइट सिचुएशन इस समय दोनों ही टीमों के लिए. विकेट दबाव बनाएगी, जबकि रन्स थोड़ा सा वो प्रेशर रिलीज होगा. पटका हुआ ये गेंद दर्शाता है कि आपके बल्लेबाज को वो जो हिटिंग जोन है उससे थोड़ा सा दूर रखना चाहते हैं, और जितना ज्यादा नॉन स्ट्राइकिंग एंड पर रखेंगे वसीम सर को तो शायद आप थोड़ा परेशानी में डाल पाए। लेकिन जिस तरह से बल्लेबाजी की है अभी तक, वो अनुभव दर्शाता हुआ, वो अनुभव, क्योंकि मेरे पास समय है, कैपेबिलिटी है, माइंड गेम है, मेरे पास टाइमिंग है, अच्छे रन्स इस पारी में आ चुके हैं, तो समय लिया जाता हुआ। लेकिन बल्ले के नीचे आखिरकार वो गलती, अच्छा शॉट, पहला रन तेजी से, दूसरे की मांग होनी चाहिए, यहां पर भाग पड़े और सही हैंड पर थ्रो, लेकिन ओवर थ्रो यहां पर हो जाएगा। जहां 2 होने चाहिए थे वहां भागकर 4 रन पूरे करते हुए बढ़िया रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट, और ये कमिटमेंट बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी होती हुई, एक एक रन की वैल्यू यहां से बढ़ती हुई, और इस वैल्यू पर आप गलती करना नहीं चाहेंगे, क्योंकि जहां 2 रन होने थे वहां 2 अतिरिक्त रन और जुड़ते हुए द इंडियन सनराइजर्स के खाते में। और बढ़िया बढ़िया रनिंग, और ये छोटी छोटी चीज ही आपको बाकी टीमों से अलग करती है, भीड़ से अलग दिखाती है। और स्कोर फिलहाल 47, 4 विकेट, 7 ओवर इस समय चलता हुआ। उम्मीद यहां से तरुण से कि यहां एक विकेट अगर मिल जाए, थोड़ा सा लेट करने की कोशिश, गति से बीट हुए, और कई बार इस तरह की जो गेंदें करीब से निकलती हैं वो अक्सर बल्ले से टच होकर निकलती हैं, लेकिन किस्मत यहां पर साथ देती हुई, और वो जो स्ट्राइक रोटेट करना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि अभी तक इस समय जो रन चाहिए था आपको वो रन्स आ चुके हैं। 4 गेंदों में 3 डॉट, एक गेंद पर वो 4 रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट। एक बार फिर से हटकर खेला, ये शॉट गैप में है ये, और निकल गया है सीमा रेखा के बाहर। 4 रन, हल्का सा वो रूम, आठ रन इस ओवर से, और इस बार ये अनुभव, क्योंकि आप 8 रन पहले ही हासिल कर चुके हैं, और आखिरी गेंद यहां से सिंगल के साथ ओवर क्या समाप्त। 9 रन का ये ओवर, 7 ओवर के बाद 52 रन बोर्ड पर, 4 विकेट के नुकसान पर, और एक एंकर इनिंग अगर आप कहेंगे ना आज इस मुकाबले में वसीम सर की, तो वो गलत नहीं होगा, क्योंकि 40 रन बना चुके हैं। 52 रन टीम का स्कोर, जिसमें 1 मैन आर्मी अपनी टीम के लिए इस समय बल्लेबाजी करते हुए वसीम सर, 40 रन 26 बॉल में, 4 बाउंड्री इस मुकाबले में लगी है। वो चारों ही बाउंड्री जो है यहां से वसीम सर के बल्ले से आती हुई।
So 20 required of the next 30 deliveries. And another wicket here, and anything could happen. At the moment, the Indian Sunrisers, they've got the momentum. Wasim looking to use his speed. That smoke through the onside. He'll come back for the second, takes on the fielder's arm. And they get that. Another brace, 18 required now. 3 big shots away from victory are the Indian Sunrisers. So Wasim moves to 42. I told you, he's a man of the big moments, crucial junctures, and he will score big. Just opening the face of the bat at the last moment, turns it away towards the point region. They think about a second, and they get a second. Would you believe that? You can't do that. That's a sin when you're only trying to defend 72. Really can't afford to do that. Daring Divinians won't be happy with that effort. 16 required. They are upset with themselves. And Wasim moves to 42. He's approaching a personal milestone here. And apart from this innings, the Indian Sunrisers haven't really got going. Wasim, so far the lone warrior for the Indian Sunrisers, batting on 42, has done the bulk of the scoring. The bowler steaming in. That's a very good delivery, right underneath his bat. Yeah, Wasim can't believe it. It just squeezed underneath his bat. Good bowling this. Takes it on the full, heaves it away towards the onside. That was hit hard, that was hit really hard. Even the fielder can't stop it. That's through. That's 4 more runs. This is good stuff, scintillating stuff. Moves to 48. And just 12 required now for the Indian Sunrisers. Is so far winning this game for the Indian Sunrisers single-handedly is Wasim Mohammad. Wasim has hit 5 hits to the fence. That's smoke through the offside. That's smoke through extra cover. That's in the gap. And that will race away for 4. That's 50. Half century brought about in style of just 31 deliveries. Another half century, another match winning effort. Would you believe it? 6 boundaries in a game where every other batsman has failed to score a single one. He's hit 6 already and is yet not finished. There's more to come, I believe. 8 runs required for the Indian Sunrisers. Once again, swings it hard. The fielder should cut it off. He does, keeps it down to just 1. Good running between the wickets once again. And he will keep strike. That's the end of the over. 65 for 4 at the moment, 11 required. And this partnership, it's blooming at the moment. Wasim moves to 53, but how well has Bharti supported him? She's done so much of running between the wickets for her team, for her partner, in the quest to win this one. And so far it looks like the Indians have this in the bag already. Just 7 required of the next 4 overs. Should be fairly comfortable. Also considering the fact that the well-set batsman, he's still out there. He's on strike as well. He heaves it away towards the onside. That's drilled down towards long on. And that's in the gap. That's 4 more. That's another boundary. Now just 3 required. He's toying with the bowlers at the moment as Wasim. So just 3 required. Wasim goes big again. Looks to finish it off in style, but finds the fielder. Will only be a single. So 2 required. And Bharti is a batter on strike. And she's been very sensible. She's batting on 1. She knows that all she's got to do here is give the strike back to Wasim. That's a wide and scores are level. 71 is what they have on the board. Slower through the air. Bharti looks to push it away towards the offside. Turns it away towards the onside. That should be the winning runs, and they won this one comfortably with 6 wickets in hand. The Indian Sunrisers have won their second game in this tournament, and their quest towards the semi-finals. Positive note. And what a comfortable victory this is for the Indian Sunrisers and daring Divinians. They would be mighty upset with themselves. Not the biggest of totals, but they've earned in the field. That's what really cost them this game.